Miss Bayes told you she was pregnant.
Yeah.
A teen convinced her mother,
We had a baby shower. We did all these things.
but questions remained.
I assume you went with her to a doctor?
She did not want me to go with her.
She had told us both of her parents were deceased.
And a child never appears.
She sent us a picture of a baby saying she had the baby.
I'm just not sure if there ever was one to begin with.
This is Judge Judy.
Miss Bayes, how old are you?
19.
Who is this?
This is my mother.
Would you stand up with her, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you stand up with your folks? You're Mr. Ravello,
I'm Alejandro Gonzalez.
and these are your parents?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
When did you meet Miss Bayes?
About February of 2018.
More than a year ago?
Yeah.
A year and a half ago. And when were you dating?
We never dated. We were workers together at Walmart.
Is that correct, Miss Bayes, that you were workers together?
Yes.
Well, there had to come a time when you had some sort of dating experience, because at one point, Miss Bayes told you that she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And when was that?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
When was that?
It was about the end of April. We had a sexual relationship about St. Patrick's Day.
Where?
My house.
Just the two of you there?
Yes.
And that was the only time?
No, actually, a few weeks after we found out that I was pregnant, we had sex again at my house.
Now, you say a few weeks after. By the way, don't you people discuss birth control with your children?
Oh, we did.
Oh, I have.
Before?
We did.
And you?
Yep, we have.
So let me ask you a question, kids. What kind of stupid don't you get?
I take full responsibility for what I've done.
Same here.
Well, actually not. What does that mean, you take full responsibility for what you did? Did you give your parents back the money for the tests that they had ordered for the day that they took off to go to court to do a paternity test? Did you do any of that? No, you didn't. You just said, my bad. Now, Miss Bayes, you say you were intimate again after you found out you were pregnant, and that was sometime in April?
Yes, it was towards the
Okay,
beginning
so
of
St. Patrick's Day is in March. Am I not correct? St. Patrick's Day is always in March. So what would make you go to the drugstore and buy a, whatever it is, a device or a gauge, what is it called?
Pregnancy kit?
A pregnancy kit. What would make, I haven't bought one. I don't know what they are. I know about.
It's okay, it's one of those
I know
things.
about, you know, I was pregnant, the rabbit died. That's how you knew you were pregnant. You didn't go to a stick or anything else. Now, what made you take a pregnancy test?
So a few weeks after we were, intimate, I was a few days late, and I had reached out to Alejandro, let him know I was a few days late, and he said,
Why
okay.
would you want to do that?
Well, if it was a possibility, I wanted to let him know just to be safe, just because. And so we waited about 2 weeks later, and then I was in a car accident, so I went to the hospital, and that's where they told me I was pregnant, and then we bought another test so that I could take it in front of him.
In what month were you in a car accident?
The 17th of April.
So 4 weeks later.
Yes.
And you can't tell me what they told you in the hospital because I'm not interested and it's hearsay.
I mean, I do have the paper.
Sure, if you have a report from the hospital, I can see it as a business record. You didn't take this test in April, you took it in March.
Oh, well, wrong day.
You took it in March, on March 25th. Do you remember on what date you had sex with the defendant?
The very first time, it was towards the middle of February.
Well, the middle of February isn't St. Patrick's Day.
I didn't say St. Patrick's Day, no.
She did.
The very first time that we had intercourse was in February
Where?
at her house.